Lead petitioner in the lead petition saying Pakistan zindabad on the floor of the house has its own seriousness. Not remorse, my lord. He must say that I oppose and object to terrorism and any secessionist activity by Pakistan in Jammu and Kashmir or elsewhere.
Mohammad Akbar
And he's not an ordinary man, my lord. He's a member of parliament.
Mr. Sibal, do we take it that Mr. Lone therefore unconditionally accepts the sovereignty of India and that Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of it? So before we close the argument, tomorrow just ask him to file a one-page affidavit. That's all that we request.
Yes, and I would request Mr. Sibal to insist to his client that no citizen would have any objection in saying that I do not support terrorism and separatist activity. Let him say that.
Half an hour is just on this.
Mr. Sibal, yes.
It's not just on this, my lord. It is a serious issue.
My lord, I have filed an affidavit with permission for application to file an additional affidavit in petition number 1037 of 2019. That's Mohammad Akbar Lone versus Union of India. Well, it's affidavit. Something very startling has come to our knowledge, my lord. The petitioner one, Mohammad Akbar Lone, my lord, he had said, my lord, at so many forums and in the Legislative Assembly, Pakistan zindabad. And my lord, he still has no remorse about that. I have annexed along with my additional affidavit all his, my lord.
So we also read the newspapers because a lot of things which are said in affidavit are preempted by giving the news to the newspapers. So you've seen the newspapers. So it's all right. Fair enough. We are now
lead petitioner in the lead petition saying Pakistan zindabad on the floor of the house has its own seriousness.
All right.
The lordships may look at it, my lord. Then who is contesting the claim of continuing treason? We should file an affidavit that I owe allegiance to the Constitution of India because I am before the highest court of the country.
No, my lord, remorse.
And I object, my lord. He must say that I strongly oppose terrorism and secessionism in Jammu and Kashmir. The learned AG is here.
Somebody regard us. It's not the newspaper alone. It's a, and not only within on the floor of the house, he reiterates outside the. I stand by it. It's not that the newspaper barely cracked it out and
we have media reports that he said exception is not complete.
It's a part.
It's not complete at all. He has said so many other things, my lord.
Since in the evolving Constitution of India, then we can't stand outside the Constitution of India also.
All right, we got your point.
I'm grateful. Matter of propriety, I'm grateful.
There must be some reports that
Not remorse, my lord. He must say that I oppose and object to terrorism and any secessionist activity by Pakistan in Jammu and Kashmir or elsewhere. It must come on record, my lord.
He is a petitioner in which petition?
In the lead petition, my lord. But for your lordship's decision that it would be titled as Ray Article 70, he would have been the main petitioner.
Main petitioner, 1037 of 2019.
Shah Faisal, my lord, after withdrawal, he is the next.
Mohammad Akbar
And he's not an ordinary man, my lord. He's a member of parliament.
Petition 1037, right?
1037 of 2019, titled, my lord, Mohammad Akbar Lone and another versus Union of India. And others. I'm grateful.
Yes, Mr. Giri.
Somebody comes before the highest court of the land, for the Constitution bench of the Supreme Court, challenges, my lord, presidential orders, prays for several other comprehensive reliefs. And my lord, he doesn't apologize to your lordship, said. If he has made that statement, my lord, his submission should be taken into account. Only if he apologizes before he puts it on affidavit. There's one.
We'll put it to Mr. Counsel when the rejoinder is called out.
Yes.
It's not for the court. Despite it being brought to the notice of the court, if he does nothing, it might encourage others. The efforts of the nation to bring in normalcy, which is substantially not successful, might be affected. And coming from responsible leaders, it has its own context and it has its own seriousness.
Now, at the outset, I wish to state, that this case has been argued at several levels. And most of them unsolicited, without reference to the arguments made by us. I don't think anybody on this side challenged the sovereignty of India. Nobody on this side challenged the sovereignty of India. I, at the outset, stated that Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of India.
They say your first petitioner has said something which are not in sync with.
I'm not concerned with that. If the first petitioner has said something, if he has said it, in what circumstances he says it, is it recorded? You ask him for an affidavit. I have nothing to do with it. There are two
Mr. Sibal appears
Hold
for
on.
him.
Let's not take time on that.
For him.
One second. Let's not take time on that. I am not standing for him for what he said if he said it. I am not here.
Mrs. Sibal, do we take it that Mr. Lone, therefore, unconditionally accepts the
Mullah,
sovereignty of India and that Jammu and Kashmir is an
He is a
integral part
member
of
of parliament today. He has sworn to the Constitution of India. He is a citizen of India. How can he say otherwise? And if anybody has said it, Mullah, I, at my level, deprecate it.
No, it is
What's
one
the
thing
point
for
of-
Mr.
let's
Sibal
not-
to
Let's
deprecate.
not go into an issue.
A litigant before your lordships.
Ask him to file an affidavit, then I have nothing to do with it.
No, but it's your client. You have to.
I don't know. You are making an allegation. I don't know.
Not support terrorism.
Let them reflect on it.
If you don't mind, take it on the pleadings, ask him to file an affidavit. I may
it is on
not
affidavit.
appear for him. I don't know, Manoj. What have I am not to answer what an allegation that is made.
Because Mr. Sibal, when he invokes the jurisdiction of our court under Article 32 of the Constitution, he therefore necessarily abides by and owes allegiance to the Constitution.
And he's a member of the Lok Sabha. He is
How
sworn
does
to the
that matter?
Constitution of India. He's a citizen of India.
One second, Mr. Sibal. But that's one second. That's a submission, Mr. Sibal. But we want to have it from him that he unconditionally accepts that Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of India, and that he abides by and owes allegiance to the Constitution.
Of course, then he has sworn to it.
Terrorism
He became a member of the Lok Sabha. Manoj. He swore to it.
Mr. Sibal, because then when you argue and you accept, as far as sovereignty is concerned, you accept the sovereignty of
Of course.
number one, the people of India. Number two, that JNK is integral part of India. When you argue, your client says something outside the court, something different to it, there's contradiction. And probably then, he's also accepting there was a issue and a problem which had to be dealt with.
If I start, Manoj, recounting
No, I'm not saying
what
that.
may
So
have
be
happened,
clear on that.
Manoj, it will unnecessarily lead only, Manoj, to a media coverage. Let us not go that route. We are arguing a pure constitutional issue.
No,
Manoj, there is a speaker of the BJP who was present there when this allegedly happened. There are some people who asked him to say something which he did not say. Why do you want me to go into all this?
No, please go into it. I have no difficulty. But there is
It is not part of the record. It has been withdrawn. It has been deleted from the record. It is said in the, what is all this? It was said in the assembly, the BJP speaker was there. It was speaker not of his party. The BJP speaker was there. He was asked to say something which people ask other people to say on the streets of this country. Why do we want to go into this?
No, we would insist, Malodi, you must go in.
Therefore, we accept.
Of course, but unconditionally.
We proceed on the basis that he's willing to file an affidavit before our court saying that, well, he owes allegiance like every other Indian citizen to the Constitution of India, and that Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of the country.
Aspect, Lord, I'm sorry for your interruption. Another aspect, the affidavit mentions that in all public speeches of petitioner number one, he supports separatist elements and other elements. Let him say he does not support secessionism and terrorism. No citizen of this country can have any objection in filing that affidavit.
There's another
That I did not
Justice
support terrorism and
There's
secessionism.
another petitioner, Justice Masoodi. Please allow me to argue.
No, that
Justice Masoodi. You want to take any action against the gentleman, you take action.
Unfair to us.
Please don't derail a pure legal submission.
We'll hear you for Mr. Lone as well. There's no difficulty.
He wants to have
He
it.
has come to our court. We are more than duty bound to hear his submissions, and we are in the course of hearing his submissions. All that we want to say is, like everyone else here, because we have had people from across the political spectrum in Jammu and Kashmir who have presented rival viewpoints before us, different perspectives, which is welcome. That's why we are here to resolve those issues. But all of them have come here in one spirit, which is that they abide by the integrity of the...
You cannot be a member of the Lok Sabha and be a member there without abiding by the Constitution and an oath of office that I abide by the Constitution of India. He has to take that oath before because he enters the Lok Sabha, as we all do.
That's for.
And there's an affidavit filed there, Manoj. How can that be? But be that as it may, Manoj, I did not know of this fact till this morning. Somebody
Please ask
raised it,
him to
Manoj.
file a short affidavit before us, a one-page affidavit. That's all that is necessary.
No, we are given a copy to Mr. Sibal's client.
We'll give the affidavit. There is no,
All right, we'll
there is
then-
no question, Manoj. I would not stand here, if he does not give it, I would not stand here arguing for him.
So before we close the argument,
Yeah.
tomorrow just ask him to file a one-page affidavit. That's all that we require.
Yes,
taken
and
on
I
this,
would
Manoj.
request
We have
Mr. Sibal to insist to his client that no citizen would have any objection in saying that I do not support terrorism and
What is all this
separatist
terrorism?
activity. Let him say that, or say that I will
What
not
is all
say
this?
this.
What
Let
is
him
all-
be clear.
What is all this?
Which he is supporting.
What is all this? Well, we will certainly, Manoj,
I'm sure Mr. Sibal will.
So we'll convey this to him and he will file a short
Manoj,
affidavit.
had I known this, I would have myself.
See
Yes.
what affidavit.
Anyway.
Will you allow me?
Tomorrow.
If not 2:30,
Once.
half an hour
Yes,
is lost
Mr.
just on this.
Mr. Sibal, yes.
It's not just on this, Manoj. It is a serious issue.
What is a serious issue? But do you want me to say something that I shouldn't say in court?
Well, he wants his fundamental rights to be enforced in his.
There are, everybody has fundamental rights in this country.
But you take a
including
contrary
including those who on the streets you vilify.
They are also wrong.
So then that's all right, then you should apologize for them.
All right. Yes, Mr.
So let me argue the case, please.
They are not.
Mr.
They
Solicitor,
will
I
not
think the case,
represent.
sir.
Mr. Solicitor, we have indicated to Mr.
Your
Sibal
Lordship
that
have
let him
indicated
now open
to
the
me.
argument.
I
Let him
made a
open the-
commitment that there will be an
Yes, Mr.
affidavit.
Sibal, you open the argument now.
Yes, please.